Hello, namaste, and I welcome you to yet another book review on my YouTube channel. And this time, I want to talk to you about an amazing book that I recently finished reading. It's called The Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel. And there are some books which you mark out for rereading, and I have marked this out for rereading. I want to read it all over again, cover to cover, and just figure out even more beautiful insights when I can acquire them and I reread them. So, what's this? What is this book all about? This book is about the psychology of money, as the title itself says. So, it's about the behavioral aspects of how we look at money, how we invest, how we desire, our greed, our sense of saving or the lack of it. And there are so many aspects that define our behaviors towards how we manage money. And I find this book very fascinating because it's not just talking about it's actually not talking about the technical ways in which you can make money. It talks about the behavioral aspects of managing money. And it's a wonderful piece of literature. It is not just a book about, don't mistake this to be another book on investing or how to become rich in life. No, it is not about that. It is, yeah, there are some, obviously those elements are there, but it's more about the behavioral aspects. It traces history, it traces the kind of people who have made and lost money. So it traces examples of people who have lived with a certain amount of greed. And so it really takes you through a complete view about how our mind operates when it comes to looking at money. And it's a very interesting read. As I said, it's a beautiful piece of literature because there are a lot of examples and it's beautifully written. What I liked about this book was, and it was unputdownable because of the language. Very easy to relate, and at the same time very enriching, very insightful. And some insights are just amazing. For example, it talks about the importance of saving. It takes a very traditional route, you know, and it talks about the importance of saving. It talks about how greed can get into trouble. It talks about the fundamental time in the market, not timing the market. And there are some other wonderful perspectives, like it's not so important to be rational, it is more important to be reasonable. So it gives you a sense of comfort that you don't really need to know everything. You don't need to be perfect at the game of managing your money, earning money, consuming it, saving it, investing it. You don't really have to be an absolute expert at that. What you need to do is have a reasonable understanding about how you want to go about it and also look at what works for you. That is extremely important. Now, what I loved about this particular book is it kind of clearly defines what should be the purpose of acquiring wealth. Is it to buy luxuries? That could be a choice. People who make a lot of money, they may want to buy luxuries, they may want to have a great lifestyle. But really, if you find a lot of people get trapped into debt, they get trapped into spending away a lot of money that they have earned in buying certain things, maybe a bigger house, a bigger car, some lifestyle item. But really, what Morgan Housel says in this book is it's not so much about that. It is more about buying freedom. What is the purpose of having a lot of wealth? It gives you the freedom to do what you want and how much you want to do, when you want to do, where you want to do it. That's the purpose of acquiring wealth. That's why he emphasizes a lot on living within reasonable limits, kind of a frugal living if possible, if you can do that, and saving a lot of money. Saving not just for the rainy day, but saving for saving's sake, because you never know what can happen to your life, what can go wrong. It's not predictable. Like nobody thought COVID would happen, and see, COVID happened. So can something like that happen in the future? Yeah, quite possible. And one of the fascinating things which I want to read this out to you, is a beautiful example that he gives about how much money is enough. And typically, we all have this situation, that many people have this situation that money is never enough. So he gives a beautiful example at a party, and I'm going to just read out to you this little para. At a party given by a billionaire on Shelter Island, Kurt informs his pal Joseph that their host, a hedge fund manager, had made more money in a single day than Heller had earned from his widely popular novel Catch 22 over its whole history. Heller responds, "Yes, but I have something he will never have: enough." So, do we all have enough money in life? Can we get to a stage where we tell ourselves, "Yeah, I think this is enough"? And somewhere the behavioral aspect in terms of how we look at money is such that if we become rich, we want to become richer than somebody else. When we become richer than somebody else, we want to become richer than some few other people. And those aspirations are endless. But is that really the purpose of acquiring wealth? To be featured on a Forbes magazine or on a Time magazine, or to be counted amongst the top billionaires in the world. Is that the real purpose of money? The real purpose of money is to buy your freedom, to do what you can do, when you want to do it, where you want to do it, how much you want to do it. So there are some amazing examples, facets, philosophy of life. Somewhere it is shared through this book. It's not just about money, it is more about the philosophy of life. It's about self-management. It's about your attitude towards money. He talks about the importance of not having ego. It's the importance of being humble when you are on the path of life and on the path of acquiring wealth, to steer clear of greed. So the Psychology of Money is a must read. You can check out the Amazon link from where you can buy this book in the description. Please do keep watching my channel. Please do subscribe to my channel. There are more than 400 videos, learning videos on my channel as I speak to you. And I will soon come back with one more learning nugget, one more book review. And I hope you enjoyed this edition of my book review, The Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel. Till we meet again, God bless you. Do take good care of yourself. And thank you very much.